Yeah, live streaming is something that I originally started doing in 2018 because I had clients that wanted to use this thing called Facebook Live. And, one of the things I learned, a long time ago, not only as an athlete, a coach, a father, but as a Marine officer is don't ask people to do things you wouldn't do. So if I was going to have them go live, I had to be able to do it as well. And so live streaming opened up a whole new world for us, and it continues to, because used to be to go live like we're doing right now took thousands and thousands of dollars. Now you can do it as simple as with your phone, your face, and your finger, as like my friend Peter Lasosky likes to say with the program product we're using with Relatable. Because when it comes to connection, video, I think, short of in person, is the most powerful way for people to connect. And live streaming is great as well, because especially whether you're using tools like StreamYard or Ecamm, when you're streaming out to your audience, who can be anywhere, right? They don't have to be sitting here in the audience. You can see their comments, you can engage with them, and they feel like they are a part of that audience. And so why do you want to live stream? Well, first of all, it does build your community. The people that want to learn about podcasting are going to follow Pete's YouTube channel, and they can go back and watch that stuff later. Even when you think of things like Zoom, it is a live streaming platform. You just don't think of it necessarily that way because you're thinking of it as like, oh, it's a virtual meeting. But the power of what you can do with video. When I go on a Zoom meeting, I'm able to bring in slides and present them through the interfaces I use, as opposed to having to ask permission. And that's a much more powerful thing to do. Live streaming also allows us to literally share with anyone in the world. And I think, unfortunately, and this is how Pete and I really got to know each other during COVID, that was the way that we had to communicate, but it also created great opportunity for me, and there's still lots of room for people. It's led to me being a remote live stream producer for companies like IBM, MIT, and others. And so I think the big catch is that people think it takes a lot of money and a lot of equipment, and you can literally start with your smartphone, whether it's an Android or an iPhone, and you can go live on things like YouTube, or like I talked about earlier, you can go live on Substack with just your phone. And a lot of times you're able to share that message, share that thought in real time that maybe someone needs to hear. It's great for people. It's changed the world of journalism, right? Because now people have their phone out there and they can be right there and say, hey, here's what's going on right here in our community. What do you think? And so you could say that's been a pro and a con, because you're seeing a perspective that we couldn't see before because the media had much more control. So I think it's created some freedom, but live streaming is really a great way for you to connect. I've gotten to know so many people throughout the world, not just in my own backyard, and I've learned the unfortunate side of sometimes being so, if you want to call it, hyper local focused, is as an example, living in an area out in North Carolina when I was in the Marines, where hurricanes destroyed businesses. And so if I was depending on those businesses to be my income based on what I did, well, now I didn't have that. So the internet has brought the ability to make us have that global reach. And so it's always great. I just spoke at a conference in Kentucky, and we were able to record that panel, so I can use that, not in a live sense, but it was live at the time we were doing it. And so if you haven't gotten in front of the camera, and I can tell you, when I speak at events like this, and when you usually take a poll of the crowd, it still amazes me that less than, I would say, 20% of the people that I'm seeing, and I'm going to blame this more so even on the 40+ crowd, have not done video. And some of the speakers that we've had here earlier today have even talked about, if you don't have that online presence, if you don't have that proof of what you do, educating people, you're not going to get found because the yellow pages are gone. People are getting over inundated with emails, so they're not reading emails. People don't answer their phones because they're afraid they're going to get scammed. So unless you're in their contacts, they're not going to do that. So by going live and being real, because you can't get a do-over when you say something, it really gives you some great opportunities to grow with the people that you want to be connected with, because you're looking to connect with the people that are important to you, not with everybody. So Pete, thanks again for this. Really have enjoyed this time.